hashtag JB2K contest. Hi, welcome to Garage Geek. This is hashtag JB2K contest, so let's get JB up to 2K. There are 4 questions to answer in this contest. It's vinyl related. However, you know me, I'm not going to do just vinyl.
Stupid, stinking humans.
I have so much stuff to show you right now. I think you're going to be in for a wild ride. I don't just show vinyl. I'm going to show books, movies, LPs, comics, and even video games. And sorry, I said LPs twice. In order to do this challenge, I actually had to make a chart. So some of my favorite books to collect are from Penguin. And Penguin has gone through various guises. They're orange, turquoise, black. And so I'm going to show a turquoise one that I have. And then I'm going to show you a black one that I have. Not by the same. I could have done that with John Steinbeck. I've got various, but I actually didn't want to go in the house. I was lazy, so I just used what I had. But I also want to show you that Penguin's being tricky because now they've updated the format of their black. So notice they don't match anymore. And so now every Penguin black that you buy, you're going to have them looking like this on their shelf. And so that drives some people bonkers. Next, I'm going to show you 2 movies. So this is the Batman movie made in the 60s. So that's before 2000. And then this is a current Batman animated movie that was made well after 2000. Now, just in case you want to cry foul and say, well, one of those is a live action, the other one's animated. So I will show 2 from the same company. So Studio Ghibli, Grave of the Fireflies, was made well before 2000. And then this is a more modern Studio Ghibli, The Wind Rises. For albums, I'm going to show you 2 by Barbra Streisand. The first is Till I Loved You, which was made before 2000. Then Release Me, which was released after 2000. Now, again, you might cry foul because Release Me is made up of material that was made before 2000 and just released. So, okay, whatever. If you're going to be a stickler about it, I have a Rod Stewart album, which is actually number 2, that was put out after 2000. And here is a Rod Stewart album that was put out before 2000. So there. Now you don't have to cry about it. For comic books, I'm going to show you 2 Wonder Woman. So here is a reprint of a 1980s Wonder Woman series done by George Perez. And here is a more modern from the New 52 after the 2000s. Now, again, you might cry foul because this is a reprint. So it just came out. Okay, so if you're going to get crazy about it, here is a Wonder Woman comic from before 2000. And look at that gorgeous cover. So quit crying about it already. Here is a She-Hulk comic collection from before the 2000s. And this is a modern She-Hulk collection, which came out after the 2000s. I have 2 Mario games. This one was put out before 2000. This one was put out after. Now, you might cry foul because this is not an original cover. The game, however, is original. So that's kind of a cheat. Whatever. The original covers are expensive. I'm not that big of a collector. So in a recent video, I showed the first book in this series. And about a week and a half ago, I was at Barnes & Noble, and I decided to get the second one. So if you can see right there, it's a little bit hard to see, but that one says Book 2. So for movies, I'm going to show an animated Cars 2, and live action, I'll show Godfather 2. Now, obviously, the Godfather 2 is inside of here, and I have multiple copies of Godfather 2, so don't get all on my case. I am not about to pull out my VHS and go through all my DVDs to find my Godfather 2. It's in there. Dang, you're a tough audience. For albums, I'm going to show another Barbra Streisand. This is Barbra Streisand, My Name is Barbara 2. Now, I don't think this is her second album, but it's the second in this series, My Name is Barbara. and they're based on, I believe, television specials. So this was the second soundtrack to the television special. For comics, I'm going to show the second issue of Catwoman, the more recent series. You know it's number 2. It's at the bottom. Catwoman 2. Not a gorgeous cover. For video games, I'm going to show Destroy All Monsters because, sorry, Destroy All Humans. So this is actually the second release of this. Originally, it was put out on PlayStation 3, and so it was upgraded for PlayStation 4. Fun game. In books, we also have this Leading Couples. So that's definitely about a duo. Pair of Russian writers. I have to read their names. Arkady and Boris Strugatsky. Roadside Picnic. This has some really interesting ideas in it. We have these duo science fiction books. That art is sketchy. For movies, what better duo is there than Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein? In fact, it's time to show off some Funko Pops. There you go. There's Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein. Aren't those cute? For albums, I'm going to show off the Louvin Brothers with Satan is Real. This album is awesome. For comics, we have the crime noir duo of Brubaker and Phillips. Now, they've made a bunch of series together, and they're always great to amazing. So here we have The Fade Out by Brubaker and Phillips. But we also have duos in comics. So here we have a whole collection of Thing and the Human Torch. Now, what's really funny is the Thing is on the title, but he's nowhere on the packaging. I just think that's rude. So I'm going to give the Thing his due. He also starred in a team-up series. So I'm going to show you a couple of issues. Here's one with Thing and the Black Panther. Look, there's Black Panther on the ground. Here's Thing and Captain America with a cosmic cube. And one of my favorite characters, Man-Thing. So let's start off with books. Now, again, I was lazy. I didn't want to go in the house, so you have to take my word for it. I have more than one copy of Truman Capote's A Christmas Memory, and I will prove that because, as I stated before, I'm going to feature that in an upcoming Christmas video. When it comes to movies, I have multiple copies of Seven. I have it on VHS. I have it on DVD. I have it on, here's the DVD. I have it on Blu-ray. I might even have it on steel disc. Love, love, love this movie. What would a Garage Geek video be without some laser discs? So I recently showcased this, That's Entertainment, which has That's Entertainment 1 and 2, which I also have on VHS and DVD. Unfortunately, I don't have That's Entertainment 3. I don't have That's More Entertainment. And there's also one called That's Dancing, which I don't have on DVD. So, I'm still on the hunt for those. An album that I have multiple copies of. There aren't that many because about 5 months ago, I went through my whole vinyl collection and I got rid of all my doubles and more. But this one escaped me for some reason. So I have this copy of Requiem. And I have this copy of Requiem. And what's weird about it is they're actually different. This one is just a standard. But this one is, oddly enough, a gatefold.
Well, that's strange.
Now, I have 2 copies of this Spider-Man issue. I actually have 3. Because each successive printing was printed in a different color. And I wanted them all. So the one that is missing is the blue.
Which I also have.
I don't know why, but I stupidly bought 2 copies of this one. When it comes to having 2 copies of comics, I have a lot of copies of the older comics because they're reprinted in various formats. So a recent reprint format is the Epic Collection. And then they started putting out these smaller reprints. And they're gorgeous. And I just love the covers. And they're very affordable. And so, again, I'm double dipping. The companies make a lot of money off of suckers like me. So please jump on this hashtag JB2K and show off your vinyl. Now, if showing off all this extra makes me disqualified from the contest, that's okay. Because I don't enter these contests to win, I enter them
To rule.
Thank you for your support.